Hey man, hold on. I gotta make sure the light right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy King Bear. Hey, make sure you guys check out the Match My Energy podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, yes,
That's
sir.
the Match My Energy podcast. Make sure you check it out.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
That's magic right there.
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
magic.
God.
It's only going up from here. Trust and believe that.
Wow. I appreciate you, man.
Yes. So if a man's in a relationship, right, and tells her girl, oh, like he's healthy, and he's like, oh, look, honey, like I want you to be healthy with me, like a little bit more. It's more of a bigger issue. It becomes a big. Why is she talking? You know what? I get it. Yeah, you know what? It's International Women's Day, right? International Women's Day, right?
Good luck. One day,
You know what? You know what? I'm allowing it.
But on a big man thing, you've been allowing it. Say something. Say something. International Women's Day.
Begin.
A little bit of nutmeg.
Ooh. I could taste it. I was like, I thought I saw cheese.
All right, welcome back to the Match My Energy podcast. I don't know what the hell y'all doing.
I was the only one, right?
Yo, what are we doing?
Oh, she can taste some nutmeg.
What are we doing? What are you talking about?
Bro, not enjoy some cuisine? Like,
Let's get this started already. I'm tired of waiting for this shit.
Damn.
Let's go.
The girl just got
If she likes nutmeg,
That's
talk about
great.
yeah, like, let me talk about some nutmeg. Like, bro.
nutmeg.
Okay.
I don't like you.
Hey.
I don't like you.
Okay, let's start this off.
All right, let's go. Welcome back to the Match My Energy podcast. Do your thing
I
then.
not say that.
Don't snap at me.
But I just did.
Again.
So
We're gonna get back.
Shut the hell up.
I told you.
Go down.
Hey, alright.
I'm just saying we're gonna get back to some of this energy because it's relevant. That's all I'll say. So to start the podcast, I'm Mimi.
I'm Lexi.
Amy, Mary.
Randy.
Isaiah.
Keisha.
And this man there is just.
Leave it! Why are you starting?
Oh my god.
I haven't even started yet.
I go by the name of Rayshawn J. I don't like how I've been treated on the podcast lately. So we're gonna see how this goes. Randy, I'm editing this one. I'm editing this
We're
one.
gonna let Randy edit this one because I feel like he'll be less he'll be
Less
biased.
See the judgment.
He'll be less biased.
Less bias.
Look at
Okay.
this judging, man. And we're like, what, 5 minutes in? Alright, cool.
There's no judgment.
You know,
I just met you. How can I judge you?
That's what I'm trying to
I'm
do.
just saying I know Randy's the most impartial.
Is he?
I'm a good you.
I don't even believe that once.
Alright.
But
Don't look at me.
I don't know this other one and let me
Yeah, he's the one you need to worry about.
exactly.
Me?
So
You know, my
We had such a good podcast last night. We had such a
great time or whatever,
We're not
but
gonna talk about this.
even during that time I can see the red flags, honey. Like
red flags. You can't like Chris Brown?
Oh, wait, hold on.
No, there's many red flags with you.
oh, you thought that was the only one?
I don't have red flags over here. What red flags?
I watched the podcast, my friend. There were some things I needed to never know about. Again, that's all I'm saying.
I forgot.
She watched everything.
She watched everything. She watched even the wild ones?
You're fucked. You're
Oh
fucked.
my
We like the
god.
past.
Anyway,
The
so
past ones.
Bro. Hey, yo, real quick, yo, she started with episode 10 with Phoenix, eh?
Did she?
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Hey, y'all know how that goes.
I started from my episode, so we have to do.
I swear.
Yeah, no, go ahead. It's women's
after
revolution.
God fear men, that's all I'll say.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
After God
Actually,
fear
no, matter of
men.
fact, yeah, fear man. Yeah, you did.
Alright, let's go.
Not a
Let's
good
go.
thing.
Hold up. I'm gonna strike you down. Okay?
Alright, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yes, let's get into it.
Ladies,
So-
what are we talking about today?
Yeah, strike it
So
down.
far there were 3 topics we wanted to start off with.
Hold up,
But what are we
before-
starting
hold
off for?
Before we even start that, can we not appreciate the lovely ladies here?
Of course. We
I'm
started
sorry,
with the ladies
this-
first in terms of introduction anyway, so
But this week was International Women's Day on Friday, right? Was it not?
It was stuff.
Thank you.
It was.
Gotta give
and
it up
how
for
many
everybody.
of y'all said that to your mothers, sisters, friends, and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm there.
Good.
Love you.
Good.
Love you, sister.
You call her today?
Huh?
You call her today?
It's Sunday, so I wouldn't hit the same. But the point is that, like, you know what I'm saying?
But still, you
The
still
love
call
is
her?
always felt.
You should call her every day.
I pray for her every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, that's...
I said love from a distance.
No, love from God. Yeah, I throw God the alley-oop, he's like, listen. You get me?
What are the Michael Jordan?
You know,
What if the Michael Jordan was nuts?
Listen, I pray for my mom, my sister, my whole family. Mm-hmm. Blessings go up, blessings come down.
But why gotta throw the alley-oop in
So that's
there?
what he does.
Yeah, brothers.
You know what I'm saying, huh?
Yeah, brothers.
I think I do on my dad's
You
side.
think?
On my dad's
I
side.
get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Oh, she should could judge me. Hold on.
No, I just the way you said you think, like that was I don't hear you think very honestly. No, you don't know.
On my dad's side. He
Like
still have the story
stone
for
type
now.
shit.
Hey guys. Can we?
Okay, we're gonna bring it back.
Bring it back?
Run it back.
I was being asked questions.
I understand.
That was just a crazy response.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay,
What
so
about-
since
what
it
about-
was,
See, if it was me,
Shush.
okay.
But it's not you.
it's not.
Shush.
Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a women power.
Appreciate it.
Do you
So
want to be
since
in
it's
this?
not, so
Okay.
It's for the sake of the podcast.
for those who said, you know, Happy International Women's Day to your loved women in your life, good for you. And if you're from Zimbabwe, there was also Mother's Day and also
Aww.
that conjoined during that, so make sure you did that. So to start our topics, we had 3 that we wanted to discuss. Hopefully we are able to get through them. That's all I'll say. The first one was, why are Black women the most disrespected women out of all? Out of all is a very
generalized.
blanket term type shit,
Yeah.
where it's just like women are disrespected in general. Like,
Are they?
are they?
You said that in church?
Whoa! So it's a crazy question. I understand, crazy question. But I remember Randy said he was going to challenge a lot of things, and I said there's no discussion without a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think women
I'm
are not?
just
No,
throwing
you
something
said it, so you gotta continue. Don't start shit you can't finish.
Oh,
So why do you
She
think
said you can't
Don't
finish.
do that.
But now say you with your whole damn
you didn't have to speak? Everybody else is quiet. You decided to raise your voice. So why do you feel why Black women are not the most disrespected?
And you said you love your Black kids, but you not.
And that's the thing, I'm like, Randy, I know you have you're very not two-sided, but like you understand perspectives.
You have bitch tendencies.
You said it.
wow.
You understand when women speak is what I'm saying, but I understand you love to vouch for your niggas, and I get it, but like you need to.
But like, why can't you stand up for your
Why
Black
can't you
kids?
just understand? Why can't you understand sometimes men are just absolutely wrong?
You spoke. You spoke.
Shia say like she likes a quiet man. Well, that was the premise of it.
Yeah, but
likes
she also
a
said she
quiet
got shot in the foot. So the point is that...
man. And she did. So what's your point?
Let's talk.
Because the things can really tie back into that part.
Let's
If
talk.
anybody else, any other color had said it,
I don't
I'm
know
sure
about
everybody
y'all
would have
personally,
But if dark skin black
Hey,
man said it, and
hey,
said it,
listen.
we gotta hear the man side, the Brampton man side.
No, she not disrespecting. Listen.
But here Wagwan, in that same situation, I'm gonna let you finish though. No Kanye West, but at the same time, right? She did get shot close to her foot.
Yes.
But it was by she wasn't by who she thought it was.
Yeah.
That's
facts.
That's what I'm saying. Don't
You're
look like him now.
It is facts.
It is facts.
The friend admitted.
It is facts. She's keeping a buck. She made a whole song.
Preach about it.
Miranda, you're in the hot seat, not me. So go ahead.
So I don't know why you were running your beat for.
What's the question?
Talk.
It's Randy's turn.
My God, I swear that
This is
chair.
a chair I can fall down type.
No, why
shit.
is there really too much sounds for me?
What happened?
The damn chair.
You calling me
What's
fat?
wrong with the chair?
Remember how this one sunk down?
It's a recliner.
That's what you keep telling her. Oh,
check is
making sounds and shit. Oh my god. Bro, dog. Randy, go ahead.
I see you.
Yo, dog.
Go ahead. Can't be saying that.
That drink isn't gonna save you.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yes, you are.
Why?
You started it off.
I asked you a question. Why do you feel
observation.
Oh yeah, that's observation.
It's an observation.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Don't try to
No. Look, all I'm saying is,
Right.
I agree with y'all. I was just the drink got to me. Stop.
Nah, don't backtrack now. Stand on it.
Lying.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it
What are
going.
you lying for?
I'm not lying. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Copying, please.
I can leave this no problem.
I'm so sorry.
I know it's been
Let the
a
women lead, alright? This is how women lead. Let them lead.
Mimi, I have a question. So,
Let them lead, alright?
because there is women here that are not black, can we make it
Yeah.
in general?
Yes.
No, they're not allowed to say
And
that.
you already said it was the
They're not
blanket
allowed to
term.
say
Oh, okay,
You already
okay.
said it was a general term.
Okay,
In the sense that
If you were listening.
I did, but I heard black first. That's I was just clarifying.
Black girls first.
I'm just making sure.
It could never be that. It could never be.
This man heard black and blanked out.
No, because after she said that, then
okay.
Maggie said
Is that
So
something.
to
PTSD?
answer your question, but it's also in the sense that like you also know how like a lot of athletes when they get a little bit bigger, oftentimes if they had a black girlfriend, they end up getting with somebody who's not. They could be still considered like black because of maybe one black
But
parent,
as
but it's a lighter skinned person, and sometimes it just ends up being white. But that's the point. So
Right.
that's kind of the thing. So it's like we could have been there during the come up, and then once you're at there, you get tossed to the side.
So can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Do you think that's more so because like there's an image they have to portray, or is it because like the relationship just didn't work out necessarily?
Good question.
That's the thing. It doesn't really matter regardless. If the relationship didn't matter, okay, cool. Like that, it is.
No,
what
not
it
matter if it didn't work out.
If it didn't work out, sorry, pardon me. If it didn't work out, that's another thing. But again, that might be based on that one person. Why do you then run to somebody of a different race or
But
color?
here's the thing.
Well, however, again, the other part of it, even if it's an image thing,
Yeah.
why are you then perpetuating whatever the image is supposed to be? Because you've got LeBron with his black wife and all these little things, and you've also have there are athletes with black women, so I'm not discounting them either, but they're also one of few. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's
So honestly, so to counter that, like you mentioned those athletes with black women, right? What I find is that if you look at how those black women are like their wives are very respectful to their husbands.
What is your definition of respectful?
No,
That's just a
Manny,
simple question.
Manny, this is
That was
important.
just a simple question. What is your definition of
So
respectful?
respectful simply is this, like, of course, it's always communication is strong. When the woman goes out, if the man's not around, don't do stuff that is going to disrespect him and you, right? Those type of respect things. You're not arguing with your man in public. You guys are moving more as a unit. There's some girls out there, some black women that are with relationships with these celebrities or with these artists that have a lot of disputes and arguments and disrespects their husband or their man in front of on cameras, right? And then it just creates a chain reaction. Now they're disrespecting them, so maybe that could be a reason why they'd be falling off. But for those guys, those NBA players or those celebrities that are with their black women, it's because their women are very respectful inside the home and outside the home.
And one thing I do want to add on to that as well, just kind of like finalize my point. It's not necessarily they're running to that person, but it's like maybe whenever they felt healed enough to go after somebody else, that's the person that was around, and they didn't look too much towards as what race they are or whatever like that. They just saw, okay, this person's good for me. I feel like I'm good for them, and then they kind of went that route. For people who specifically don't do that, for people who specifically decide to no, but hold on. But for people who specifically decide to like. No, didn't you? I thought you were like laughing at some shit. If I was wrong, my fault. I must have missed that.
Thank you. Your fault.
My fault.
Because I just was sitting up.
My bad. But yeah, for people who decide to kind of like specifically go for that image, people like, yeah, I can't speak for them. But for people who just happen to find somebody that's a different race after the fact, I feel like you can't really fault them for anything. You know what I mean? Because we're open to kind of just loving who we want to love type shit. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
But even with that, I thought, like, if it's like you run to somebody after you healed and everything, maybe that person was fair. But also, if it was like an industry plant, Cat Williams already summed that up for us.
In what sense?
None of their wives, there might be light skin, whatever, but none of their wives have ever talked within 20 years. But they're just an industry plant.
No, but
Even with Steve Harvey.
I kind of know
I'm
what
talking
you mean.
in the sense of like.
I know what you mean.
So like we're talking about like the rich.
Anything else to say?
I'm just worried about getting my earring back.
Did you drop your earring?
No, he found it. I didn't realize that was
okay.
mine.
Shut up. I don't know, like the question that you asked at first, like why do they do that? Why do they go for like the light skins, the mix, the lighter
It's a
skin
good
tones?
question to ask, of course.
It's kind of like I'm seeing a pattern, you know what I mean? So it does make sense to kind of ask that question and like we wouldn't really know unless
My one other thing is also kind of based on your answer as well as your answer. Here's what I'm saying when we mentioned that it's a blanket term of black women are disrespected, but also women of not like that are non-black are also disrespected. Because to my perspective, it's kind of not disrespectful, but it's one of those things where it's like if you're thinking that we're quote unquote difficult, you're then thinking that women that are non-black are easy to handle. They're just accepting of anything.
or easier to control.
Exactly. That's why I'm like I wouldn't like to hear that as a non-black woman as well.
Yeah.
That's my point of view. So that's
Or
where I'm
even
like
how we're dressed, like
it's
we're just
they're
always
so
like,
more
but, like, that's just
conservative,
what
all
we
these
do.
things. Because
Exactly.
there are black women that are like conservative, there are black women that are church and like very like as you said, respectable. As you've seen with even like what's her name? Savannah Savannah James. Yeah. So that's where I'm saying it's like you've seen the lesser of few, but so you can't say that those women don't exist. It's one of those where if it's based on the perspective where you're saying they have to do that because the industry is saying that they need to, have that lighter skin complexion white to be more accepted within that industry. That's another thing versus I'm just tired of black women because they've decided to speak up in certain perspective, because there are also women who are non-black that also go against the grain in the perspective you said and still get claimed, still get white, still get da-da-da.
Yeah.
So that's my thing where I'm like, black women are still they can get away with less than women who are lighter skinned, and that's my point of being disrespected more where it's once you got out the come up, you're done, you're like, she was riding with you, probably paying bills, all these things while you were, maybe it's music, maybe it's athletics, whatever. But once you were exposed to those, as you said, where, the love came after the fact because things quote unquote working out. My question is, and this is technically a different discussion away from women's month and whatever, because it's really more a conversation about black men specifically, where it's why is it you need to run away as opposed to still finding what's nearby, because nearby could still be another black woman.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
To counter that, I think what we have to also keep in mind is between the Western world and the Eastern world, because a lot of the issues that we're talking about, you'll mostly see it inside the Western world, right? If you go to a lot of the Eastern places or outside of the country, right, the relationship dynamic and the way people treat each other is completely different from the way the Western world treats. There's more. I think that I don't know the stats, but I think it's a fair statement that there's more successful relationships and successful marriages in the East rather than it is in the West.
Can you give me an example of what country in the East you're speaking?
Sure. So we have the Middle East. That's one. Iraq. We have.
Sorry. No, go on.
Yeah. So we have Iraq. We have Lebanon.
I was laughing. I'm sorry.
What?
No, because my best friend's literally Iraqi. That's why I need you to continue.
Yeah, we have Iraq, Lebanon. What else? We have Egypt. We have those type of. What else? There's a name that I'm trying to think of.
Sorry, can I pause for a second? Can I ask where you guys are from?
She's like.
I'm from Trinidad.
I'm Afghanistan.
Thank you. Just wanted to.
Yeah. So that Eastern world. Now for black wives, even if you go to Africa, a lot of those African relationships are very strong back home, right? Rather than in the Western world. It's just the relationship stuff is completely different. You know what I mean?
Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
So my best friend's Iraqi and I'm African, so I need you to understand that.
Yeah.
As when I've spoken to my Iraqi best friend, she's not even to go out about her business, but she has, understands different cultures. She's spoken to people, and you know, she's even still gone to a point where she's like, no, like I still want to marry an Iraqi man. And it's not just to say because of, you know, what you're quote unquote saying where, so I'm not disagreeing, like within like Middle Eastern culture, like I love it and I agree that men typically are really quote unquote the providers, but it's also due to culture, also religion and what it says in Quran where it's about taking care and women are willing to accept that because they also feel taken care of. So I get what you're saying. There's a different perspective. However, there's a lot of those women that also still look at that culture and that practice as not necessarily like in the light that you're speaking of where it's quote unquote better. And in those instances they realize that like no, they're very limited and they want to have a little bit more than what their culture is saying that they need for them. The other perspective as an African woman, especially coming from my country, like I'm Zimbabwean, it's not something that you want to deal with at all when it comes to finances, when it comes to just like marriage and all these things. Alhamdulillah, like my mom, she was able to make it out where she was the breadwinner the entire time. She went to school, she graduated, all these things within Zimbabwe. She was working for the UN, so keep that in mind. And she was eventually able to leave Zimbabwe because there was all like economic issues, but it was more than economic issues. It was the fact that she was basically married off. She didn't get to pick who she wanted to be with. It was about finances. And that's the other thing. Marriage realistically is just a contract. Like it's just a contract.
I agree with that.
So realistically, you better make a contract with the right person based on like who can better you and better your generations further on if that's your goal. But we're also in a time where some people don't care about like continuing generations. Some people don't like will literally cut their bloodline right here and there.
That's fine.
So keep that in fact.
Yeah.
The other piece of it is the fact that within my country, my mom was able to make it out and graduate, and she bought her own home in her own name, was able to move out of Zimbabwe, come to Canada, bring myself, and I've even told you, she brought my brother's dad and all these things. With that, because everything was on her own, and that's because her grandmother told her, never rely on a man, because if you keep all of your eggs in one fucking basket, they might not all hatch.
That's true.
They really fucking won't.
That's true.
So she made sure that she had things set aside for herself, but more importantly for her kids. And alhamdulillah, because of that, me and my brother are set. But way back in the past, and that's the thing, the women within those Middle Eastern countries that you're speaking of, they're realizing you can't do that. They're realizing you can't just bank on the previous culture of like just kind of accepting like, you know, it's great that a man can take care of you and all these things. So I'm not saying you're wrong in like how the men, but it's also, again, this is kind of a different conversation for men specifically. Within this economy, it's not exactly the greatest for men to have to deal with of having to be the biggest provider. And that's why women are having to get into the office or, you know, getting into work. But I don't think women within the Western world are wrong for having to speak up and say like, this isn't working for us. Considering what the Western world specifically has gone through. So I understand what you're saying about the Eastern world, but we're also living and speaking about the Western world.
No, I know, that's what I was saying. I was saying for what like the Western world, why like what we're talking about is what we're seeing in the Western world, because even let's take on the Middle East, but also the Asian countries, right?
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So like the dynamic out there from out here is two different things, right? So when the issue that we're talking about is mostly happening in America, Canada, you know, that's where we really see these type of stuff where even black men are, what are they doing? They're changing their girls when they get to a certain level and choosing one of the lighter, because I believe that it's...
But, I will actually, there are darker skinned women within those places that you are speaking of that are also persecuted. So that goes back to my point of dark-skinned black women and black women in general are the most disrespected, because you can still put a woman within those cultures that you're speaking of that are proper, all these things. If they are darker, they will still receive way less respect than the women that are lighter. So that's what I'm saying. So you can be the best, you can be dressing proper, you can be wearing the cup, you can be, like, your eyes are fucking the only thing open. And the fact that you just are a little bit darker is the point that I'm trying to make.
Fair enough. What were you saying, Randy?
I just have a question. Because I listen to everything you're saying, right? So my thing is like, from a marketing standpoint, do you think like
when it comes to like darker skinned women, lighter skinned women, is it that lighter skinned women are more marketable than darker skinned women?
I disagree because as of late, within even the last 5, maybe even 10 years, like darker skinned women have become profitable, but there's also that perspective of some people think that it's people who are dark skinned but they have Eurocentric features. So it still always ties back to either like white people in general. Like you don't have to be white like based on your background, but you can just be a lighter complexion and you might still fall in that category type shit. Yeah. However, it still goes back to as close as you look to white people, because there's still like quote unquote lighter skinned people that are like non-white that have features that make it noticeable that they're not white. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So my question to you then, right, is how come there's a higher amount of white men choosing black women? Because you might be, what you're saying is black men are switching on to a lighter woman, but from what I've seen is a lot of white men are choosing black women, right? So black women are being picked, they're just not being picked by black men specifically, right?
Don't say that.
Not all, but not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them.
I'm just saying. I'm sitting here confused.
Because she was talking.
You need to understand though, because like at the end of the day, it's all preference, right? What if they prefer that?
But here's the thing, like at the end of the day, the original statement was black women are the most disrespected, but we also went into a blanket term where we do also understand that women in general are disrespected based on patriarchy. However, because we were talking about the black women, it also still goes back to like literally like when you think about slavery and all these things where darker skinned people in general, like whether that was black men or women, were out in the fields, and you have the lighter skinned women that are in the house. So it already makes it more preferable to be with somebody that's quote unquote in the house type shit. So, you know what I'm trying to say? So it goes on into generation. But patriarchy in general, like women already weren't really working too much. They were just, you know, in the house, all these things. It took a while for women. Rights. Yeah, like white women still had a little bit more rights than black women, but it took a while for like women in general to even be able to get back into the workplace for like that were lighter. Black women have been working for long before, like whether it was in the field, in the house, or wherever. Like black women have been working in general. So the suffrage movement was really more so for white women, where they were able to actually be able to work to make for a living, where they were able to get out of the you will speak in a moment. Like, again, you will speak in a moment.
I'm raising my hand. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, so I just...
I'm just holding my hand.
I already know, so you can raise it, put it down. I know you want to speak next.
Damn.
Put it down. So,
I was being respectful.
And I appreciate that, but goddamn, like, you're distracted.
I just like this on my hand up.
Yeah, but how long are you going to hold your hand up, though?
I can hold it up for a long time.
Like, I get it. Like...
Hand up challenge, then.
We acknowledge it.
Yeah, so like the suffrage movement was more so for like white women to be able to get back in the like to actually make like you know money for themselves.
Yeah.
Get out of the nuclear home where they didn't have to completely rely on a man. So like that's what I'm saying. But I get what you mean where it's like, oh, why is it just like it's not just because it's completely 2 different topics.
Yeah.
However, I do understand what you mean, but that's something where I would say it's a little bit of a different topic in the sense that I know Randy's always asking why are so many like situations very much related to like the black community, but I would like there's a lot where I'm just like god damn, like we really need to like shut the fuck up, like just stop talking and like stop exposing yourself. However, the thing is there's also like really crazy situations within the white community that you might not be privy to because you might be more exposed to like the black community.
Yeah.
White people are not okay. They're not fucking okay.
Hey, you got
That's what I'm saying.
We respect everybody.
We respect everybody. We're not okay either. But white people, I know they're not
okay.
No,
as a black community, that's so fucking real.
we respect everyone. Okay?
But like as a community, like the white people, like they have their own struggles that we might not be privy to. So you cannot say that it's quote unquote surprising that they might, because I've seen white people with like brown girls. I've seen white people with like other races, Asians, like that are not black.
Yeah.
And like they have also a lot more like availability because at the end of the day, like not every race is gonna be accepting of black people because anti-blackness is all around, whether you're black, whether you're a man or a woman.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, even the white men, they're still down for the culture and ready to learn. They're ready to learn.
That's right.
Okay. Some of the ones I've actually met or actually tried to date, they're actually willing to learn.
Here's the thing. They may be willing to learn, but some of them it's more of like a guilt thing. So you also have to be aware of that. That's my thing. Sometimes it's a guilt thing where it's like they're aware of maybe the damage that their ancestors have done. So you have to be like, okay, like, are you down with the culture? Are you down as
Go ahead. This guy owns the podcast, but
I let y'all speak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all running this. So I just, I'm just.
You may speak.
Well, like,
Alright.
women are so patient and gentle. Like,
because that's a whole different conversation.
I don't know about that.
like you're so willing to.
I don't know about that.
First of all, Randy, I will never forgive you for episode 10. So please understand, I'm being so gracious.
Was I on episode 10?
I'm sorry.
Was I on episode 10?
Randy, I beg
You
you
were
say what you have
not.
to say.
I
beg you just say what
You
you
were
have to say.
still bad enough on other episodes, but you would be glad you weren't on episode. That was.
Just say what you have to say, Randy.
It was a great.
You have a lot to get through. Just say what you have to say.
Go on.
That's how my plantain frying, fam. Like.
All right, my question, cause I'm a little confused.
Go on.
It's okay. Come on, pause it. It's fine.
Y'all
love you just as you are, right?
Y'all let me out leading today, cause I would not have that. Anyway, so when it comes to black women being disrespected now, what time period are we focusing on? Cause I kind of noticed that we bounced around different time periods of this matter. Cause we started modern, then we went back a little bit, then we went back to slave days. So for audience-wise, just making
We're
it
gonna bring
clear,
it back to modern.
what are we focusing on? What time period are we focusing on mainly?
Here's my thing. Like when you understand intersectionality as like a blanket term, why would you not include the impacts of the past? As even just the term, the phrase, if you forget the past, you're destined to repeat the future. So if you don't include the past, how can you not understand what's going on in the present? So let's start there. I understand your question, but that's why I'm tying the past back into it.
No, I understand. I'm making it clear for the audience.
Yeah, thank you.
Because like I kind of figured it out because like you have to include everything because it stems from somewhere.
Exactly.
Like,
It stems
it's
from
prevalent
somewhere.
now, and then you just focus on kind
But
of
the
history.
thing, as we've talked
But
about,
that
ignorant
brings
people.
me back to my first question, because like I do think it's a marketing thing when it comes to like black women not really being disrespected, because look what's marketable today.
If I'm
But
gonna
also,
No, but Randy, here's the thing. That's also for us literally having to put our forefront, because here's my other thing. Like I seen a post literally during the International Women's Month where it was like, there was not a single black person in that post, in that video. So even today we still see where it's like,
that's marketing, no?
No. It was just a random post on Twitter. It wasn't on a company's page. No, I get it, but Randy, if that's not included within the regular day-to-day community, how can it not be represented with, because people would then see, women want more, like black women want to be represented more, why not include? Marketable still ties back to the past, because
I get that, but we gotta remember in today's society, a lot of people don't really care about history or the past.
And why is that? Because they're choosing to forget the past.
Yeah, it's not important. Okay, first of all, let's
be in the future. You need.
First of all, let's break it down a little bit.
I get it. You went to school for marketing, but please relax.
Let's break it down.
I get what you're saying.
Let's break it down.
Can I ask one question? Can I ask one question?
Yes,
There's at
of course.
least 3 people who haven't said their opinion yet. I feel like we should let them talk.
So sorry.
Nah, honestly, I just feel like they didn't notice the past before, and that's why like black women had to step forward to see it now. That's why they're only being marketable now. It should have been marketable all over the place, where women should be like.
When we were trying
women in general. Exactly.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be black women now just because of what they had to do before.
Word.
Yeah, but even when we were trying to be marketable, we didn't have like this makeup, anything back then to be presentable.
And my other point is marketable is such a subjective term in general. Why are you choosing to be marketable towards one specific group? And that's what I'm saying, tying back to history, it's marketable because that was already the ideal perspective of like, oh, like that's the most beautiful woman, it's the lighter skinned woman, whether that's, it can be like a white woman who looks a certain way or a black woman who's just lighter skinned. Why did you decide that that was marketable?
It's whatever narrative they want to push, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
whatever
what
narrative.
marketable
So yes,
is.
we black women have had to push forward and say like, oh, it should have been marketable already, but now we have to speak up for ourselves. But so you tie it back like, oh, what's marketable? It's like, okay, no, like the general public decides. Even if you don't think that, the general public decides what's actually marketable. So if we then
we're
decide,
just less desirable to be put in front of the camera.
but we're then deciding to be like, oh no, like here's the different ways that we are like desirable. So you should market us. And if those corporations decide not to, that's just them still perpetuating to that old narrative.
Hell, I can't even wear my.
Yeah.
Oh, can't even wear a wig, can't even wear braids, my natural hair up, but everyone has to
I have to wear a wig because if I wear braids in my natural hair, I'm less marketable.
I'm not even gonna get a job with it. I can't wear my natural hair because like, oh, it looks less dirty. Can't even get a job with it.
That's such a big issue.
No.
Rayshawn.
Okay, I have hot hair right now.
Hot hair.
I do.
That's the natural state of your hair. You shouldn't have to adjust that to make it marketable.
I'm not adjusting it. I just have a hat on my head.
That's a really tough issue.
I just have a hat on your hair?
Yeah. I picked my hair out and everything before I even did this. I just put a hat on my head because I'm like, it matched with outfits.
It's not only black
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to market anybody.
Even people from
Oh, why are you wearing your hat like you're Nelly from 06?
I took it off for a second and it came back crooked.
Hold on. What did my girlie say?
What you said? What you got going on? Sipping and drinking shit. What's your opinion?
I was just telling her, I was like, it's not only like how she said, how she has to keep her hair maintained and stuff. It's not only for black women, it's for like Caribbean women as well. Like even though we're not black, we do have that curly hair type, and it's obviously less.
So you're not black?
I'm not black.
No, there's Caribbean women that like.
There's like
that
black
Guyanese.
Trini, and then there's like the Indian
Trini, yeah.
historical
My
Trini
fault,
one.
my fault, okay.
Yeah, I'm not black.
It's the same with Guyanese.
Bro.
Yeah,
I choose lightly, alright? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm gonna be honest, though,
Whose side are you
if
on?
I'm gonna be honest, I think right now,
He's trying to start something.
I think black
Tell my
women
sisters,
are more fetishized.
I'll fuck you up.
Fetishized now.
Yeah. Because
feel
like,
they're
but it's
only-
about the features more so because those are still fetishized within like non-black women where
I feel like though they're only like fetishized only because like they're being marketed now, which sucks. Because it should have been like that. Like if your preference was that, it should have been okay. Yeah. But before it wasn't okay.
which is sick in its own way. Like it's
Exactly.
really fucked up. Cause like it's one of those things where I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm gonna speak up for BBW women. Like they're like. There are men that like desire the fuck out of like thick women, like BB, like I'm
That's what I like, bro. Why you not moving like that? I like what I like, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you like what you like there's some people are.
So imagine touching me, bro.
Yeah, some men are scared to like let their boys know, like yo, like I like a big woman, like I like that soft, like whatever you want to describe them as. I'm just not gonna go. I'm not in the place to do that, but like you know, like there are people who just really, and I'm not even trying to fetishize it, but it's like that's
And
just
then
what
there's
they
some
want.
that hates on them real hard.
But that's the thing, some of them that hate on them really hard, sometimes they are the ones that love them the most, but it's because they're trying to hide it.
Can I ask a
So
question?
in the past, as he's saying, like, as he's saying in the past, it was like, oh, like, you might have been really, like, negative about black women and all these things, and you were, like, very hateful, but, like, you low-key were really fiending for them, and then, like, because it's become marketable, you were able to, like, desire them publicly, and that's the same thing for bigger women.
So is that
Here's my thing, right? Because like I do my whole thing, whatever. But like when I'm big woman thing though, I've always felt that big woman need love too.
Because it's like you're not ashamed of it. Is the point? Like you're not. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's tying back to like his thing of his thing. It's become marketable. So
ever since like Lizzo and shit.
no.
Body
Like
positivity
his
and
first
all
point was
that.
about like black women. Like they become marketable. Going back to his point where like women are able like white men are able to like date black women more because they're like
big ones.
exactly. Not even just like big ones, but like just going back to the first point, but I'm gonna go back to yours. So his first point was that like black women have become more marketable, and that's why like even white men have become able to accept them more, to be publicly like, oh, like I'm with a black woman, da da da. So like as you're saying, now we're getting to a point where like big women are becoming more marketable, where Lizzo is in the public eye, and there are men who, like yourself, even not like yourself, you were never ashamed of it, but like women who were ashamed of it can now actually go out and be like, oh, like I love a big woman, regardless of color, but like they can just say like, oh, there are men who love Lizzo, why can't I love Lizzo? You know what I'm saying?
So does that answer tie to
Lizzo was a little touchy because she even shamed her dancer.
I'm just saying.
That was an example.
Prior to Lizzo, there was a whole wave movement.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Missy Elliott was a big woman doing the goddamn thing, and there were men still killed it. But like still back then,
2-3 years ago, before the whole Lizzo thing, there was at least like people who were positive, like doing more like body positivity.
Yeah, even like
plus size models and everything like that.
So does that?
They were trying. I will say some fashion models were like not necessarily big, and also they were debunked because they were adding padding to some of their women's stuff. But it started something to give like those women a voice to be like, no, like that's not true, or at least like this is what a big woman looks like. Type shit.
So
Ashley Graham was one of those models who actually.
Sorry,
Ashley Graham.
Yes.
She's one of those like type of models influencer that was really pushing for the runways and everything.
Okay, so why does that narrative not tie towards smaller men?
Sorry, smaller men.
So like you know how you said we were talking about the big woman being black women, right? And big women black women. When there's black small men that get disrespected day-to-day basis, I would say even more.
Question: you're not talking about yourself, or nothing?
No,
you're not talking about you. Not you.
No. Can I ask? When you say small, do you mean like small or like skinny?
Sure.
You mean like height or like the dick?
Yeah, you meant. Okay. Actually, no. Ignore that. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
There's often like a phrase like I've heard within the black community, but also within other communities, whether that's skinny or small, what they're lacking in size is what they're packing somewhere else. So you cannot say that that's quote unquote like not discussed in the same way. Because I remember at least like in 2019, 2018, when I was in school, like there were a lot of skinny men that were desired because they were quote unquote told like it's packing somewhere else.
Yeah, but they had the height, no?
No, they had the height. However, there were also, like, eventually later on, even within the last few years, maybe 2020 something, like 2022, 23, I've seen posts where it was like even with my best friend, she was even just like, I don't need somebody who's 6 foot. I don't mind somebody who's under 6 foot or even less. She's 5'11". I told you about that. never you. But I would never consider your weight. But my point is, don't disrespect me.
What do you mean by that?
Nah, because
he's a short king.
That's what I'm saying. But not one. There are short kings that I would send her way, but not him. It's
Why not?
Why not? So what's wrong with him then?
He's literally the end goal right now. Look at him.
Listen, he's
a walking.
He got red flags.
Black.
This guy's a walking flashlight.
What up?
He's almost 25. Is that?
I'm a dancer.
He dances.
For real, he's nice
He
too.
can dress too. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you send that out of you? Why are you hating on your friend's downfall?
Nah, for real.
No.
Let's talk about it.
None of those qualities are enough for her.
I don't know what he's packing, but he's packing something.
Why you talking about pack?
I'm just saying, if that's not enough, then what else?
Don't worry about that.
Nah, but realistically,
hey, Michelle, respect him.
You know his personality.
It's not about that. It's like it literally does not matter, but also.
Yeah.
Doesn't ever want to know.
Wait, talk about. Doesn't girls always look for personality?
No, that's
never. His personality, I would never point it towards
my personality. Hold on. Wait, what's wrong with my personality? Because everybody who knows me loves me. My personality. So what's wrong with my personality?
I think you're a decent guy, cool guy. The way she would tear you apart.
Oh, hold on.
Why? Like when you came here for no way.
You'd never know though.
Since when we start talking about bacon?
What do you mean I would never know?
You want him to try first?
No.
Matt said no.
Wait, what do you mean by tearing apart?
Like it's whole or like it's full?
Crazy question, but
I mean, you can know, because like, it's 2024, like people are into shit. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you asking about his hole?
Right?
I'm just asking, what is she tearing apart?
Some girls are real freaky like that after hearing episode 10. Some girls are real freaky like that.
I've been on that episode.
Watch it. Just watch it.
That episode was wild.
Randy.
There's PTSD.
But I need to know, like, is she tearing apart his whole or his soul?
Why you want to know?
Because if he's tearing apart his whole, I have questions.
I'm just surprised he
But
never
if
said
it's his soul, I have less questions.
Hold on. I'm just surprised he never said pause.
Huh?
I'm surprised he never said pause.
Like, that's crazy.
You.
But I don't know what's being torn apart.
But like, what do you mean by
Here's the thing.
Clarification.
It's not
Clarification.
The ADHD.
I've told you.
Why
Like,
do you want to know?
I'm someone who, as far as I'm concerned, even if I don't agree with somebody's perspective,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna judge them
Yeah.
because I don't know where you learn that
That's kind
from.
of judgy stuff. Keep going.
How?
Keep going.
Even no, because me disagreeing doesn't mean I'm judging you. It just means I don't
Don't
I don't
agree.
agree.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just clearing up the air.
Yeah, like that means I don't judge you on your perspective because I don't know where you learned that from.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she's judgy, but she's somebody she has moral grounds that I would honestly say are a little bit higher than mine. Like, and I love and respect that.
I missed that. Wow.
Like, her moral grounds are a little bit higher than mine, and alhamdulillah, it's honest, like, I'm saying thank God, like, literally thank God. I love her moral grounds because they put her in a place where even when she will say, like, I'm gonna judge, like, she will put that perspective where it's just like, it might be a judgment, but at the end of the day, it's a judgment that's still valid. So, the way that I am giving you that grace of like, I understand, but I'm not gonna judge, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
And she would tear you apart because even though I understand, there are things that realistically, if I was in her mind and because I understand her perspective, I would judge you for that shit.
Rayshawn, what were you gonna say?
But because we're also in a safe space, I give you that grace.
But didn't you say she wouldn't judge? But like if she did judge,
it's one of those things based on other people's standards. Other people's.
If she did judge.
Other people's standards. Other people's standards, it's judgy. But honestly, it's okay.
Oh, okay, no, I got you right. So when she does it, it's not a problem. But when anyone else does it, it's a problem.
Talk.
See, that's
honestly, it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem because if people are gonna judge, people are gonna judge.
But I believe women are more judgy.
But she wouldn't judge. But if she did judge, it'd be one.
I believe women are more judge. That's talk about.
I agree with you.
I believe women are
Hey, let me tell you something.
Hold on.
Give me 3 examples. I'm only asking for 3.
Hold on.
Homegirl got something.
That's what I'm saying. Let's let them talk because we've been talking. Let's get that.
Come on, girl.
Please spill the tea.
You guys are judgmental. You just don't say it. We're the ones that say it for you.
Because I was gonna say, give me 3 examples.
Am I judgmental?
Yes, you are.
Jesus Christ.
You're so judgmental.
That's not even a fucking question.
Let's let them talk. They said one thing. Like, hold on, let's let them cook.
Right.
Okay, go.
We judge for like a second and we're like, yo.
Hold on. Let them speak for a second. And then we'll pass it around.
Okay, you 3.
My opinion is guys do judge, but we allow it. We don't get stuck over it. Girls
Just say it, cause we're just gonna be here overthinking, thinking what's he thinking? Like, am I crazy or not?
But what he's saying is a problem.
Yeah, and not even that. We'll think about
But
it.
you not saying
Listen.
bigger problem.
Listen. We'll think about it and we'll let it go. Like we don't overthink it. You guys do. That's the difference.
You have to let them go first. Right?
I know. My hand is up. I didn't say nothing.
I'm just saying. I want to hear what they like.
Go ahead.
Why don't you do it if you're ready?
That's right.
Do what?
I want you guys to deliver soft blow. I'm gonna deliver the hard blow.
Hold on.
I thought we were talking. Now we're doing drugs.
First of all, I'm talking about like the kill.
The kill.
Why would the kill then?
Because if we're talking about kills, that means.
And women have higher standards.
Guys don't care. Women have high standards.
Women have higher standards than
But
men.
you were just saying.
Hold on, wait.
Let them start. I will finish.
Exactly. Let them start. So hold on, everybody. I know everybody here's opinionated and shit. Everyone shut the fuck up for a second.
Exactly.
Let them two
Now you
talk.
sit down. Now go.
If I had on troopers.
Alexa, stop! In fact, give me these chips.
You might have beat me with chips.
How you gonna beat him with the good chips?
Alright, can we let them talk, please?
Yeah.
Be eccentric.
Okay, I think both men and women are judgmental in a sense.
Yeah, right.
The thing is, with women, because it's been so normalized, we're able to voice our opinions more openly. We're able to express it. With guys, like he's saying, they allow it or whatever, like they'll get over it, whatever. I don't think it's like that. I think their opinions that they have, it's almost like it's set in stone. They've already judged. They've already like seen the situation. They already know what the outcome is. They're less likely to be open than women are. For us, it's like if you explain the situation, we're more complex like that, where we'll understand your perspective. You know what I mean? And we'll take it into consideration before, you know, like.
You act on
Yeah,
anything. Right?
basically.
So give an example.
Do you feel like men do that kind of like nonchalantly or like emotionlessly?
Mary, give an example.
Like what?
No, like what you were saying. Like, give an example.
How men are judgmental? Oh, fuck. It's like everything,
I
though.
Here's the question though.
Like, I'm waiting.
I can't even give an example.
But do you feel like they do it in a way where it's like nonchalant or like emotionless?
It could be nonchalant, but because, like, I feel like it's different. The way men and women are, the way they express their opinions. Men
And then there's certain words that men say that hurts, but they don't think about it before they text it, say it, or whatever.
Yeah,
and women are thinking about everything before. And then we overthinking everything.
But women think about the hurt that they're gonna do by saying something, and they'll still say it anyways. At least men think about it.
That is fact. I hear that. Oh my god. But hold on. Cause here's where I think there's like a little bit of a disconnect.
Yeah.
Because
So
like,
we can go.
we'll say
crazy,
certain
but we
things a
don't
certain
even
way
see
because like
it.
we're conditioned differently than they are.
Yeah.
The world's gonna be a lot worse for us. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to. No, it's their podcast. I'm just like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know, but you gotta have your space to speak.
I'm just saying, don't make it seem like I'm trying to run
Okay,
the show.
rough up.
Talking
Continue.
about lady, he speaks. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like, cause like I was trying to ask her that question, cause like I feel like even with my past, a lot of women I've kind of had like a disconnect with. They might have felt like it was because I was conditioned a certain way, so I didn't really learn enough to speak a certain way to where like she wouldn't overthink what I actually meant. Cause I guess in a way to put it, like when I'm speaking regularly, what's normal for me would be like the way the world kind of treats me in a way, but like she didn't have that same reality.
No,
I'll say something of a certain magnitude where I feel like it's low, but to her when she interprets it, she's kind of thinking it's a bit higher than normal.
Yeah.
And now she's overthinking, and now there's like a disconnect.
Like I'll use an example.
Kind of like.
Oh, after you finish.
No, go ahead.
I'll use an example. This is a big one.
Oh.
A woman will tell a man, "Oh, you're fat." Goes away. But if a man says, "Oh, honey, I think you should like go to the gym just a little bit more and lose it," "Oh, you're calling me fat." Big issue.
Basically.
Big
yeah.
issue.
Good example.
Big issue.
Yeah. So like, do you feel like if something like that happened, do you feel like it was like because of the man's
Nah,
delivery,
girls have
or
said it in
if
front
it's
of my
because
face.
like
If I'm not doing something right, they'll
No,
tell me my
but
face.
a girl talking about another girl.
Like, cause the example he specifically used, like, oh, like a girl will say it to her friend, like, oh, you're fat, you should.
No, to a man. I'm talking to her man.
Oh, okay.
To her man in the relationship. Men will say, well, if we're out of shape, if we're not dancing, we're trying to be like, yo. Rayshawn actually paid me the other day about
I
dancing.
paid you for years.
We're like, cause me and Rayshawn, we're both dancing.
I like fluffies.
Me,
I already got my
Hey, me too.
Hey, like fluffy.
Have you ever had a girl tell you that like you're fat?
No.
Okay. Go on.
I had a girl
What does that
tell me to work
mean?
out.
Oh.
You know what?
You have to work out just because I'm like skinny or
Skinny, it
built.
doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny, yeah.
Okay. No, I've heard
Mine
that
just
like,
wicked.
which I don't agree with.
They're
Like
wicked.
I'll say, like I don't agree with because like
But
again,
like sometimes you are though. Let's keep.
I'll go on to my next point, but
Yeah. What I guess my main point is that like the judgmental about body positive
Why you open
it's
your mouth?
more it's more how is it more disrespectful when a woman says it than a man's going to say it to a woman, because we're always saying it for the benefit of us in a relationship rather than we're saying it because we want to hurt somebody. And I feel like, and a lot of men will say this, a lot of things that women say.
Ask a question to what you're
Yeah.
saying? So when you say like you're saying it for the benefit to your relationship,
Yeah.
Not to say I don't understand the other perspective, but how is it benefiting you to the relationship by saying that?
Easy, simple. If I'm with a woman and I want her to be healthy, right? We both want to be healthy, and I see that she's getting out of shape, and because I know, you know what? Anyways.
That was very disrespectful.
I didn't say nothing.
Hey, she can't be married, so she can't be married. So
But also mention how you
You know. Yeah, you know. You have to like. You don't know. Okay.
You were coughing. I can't laugh. I can't cough.
Yeah, she can't cough.
Oh,
She's
okay.
coughing.
Anyways,
Don't agree with her.
anyways,
The sides are crazy. The violence is crazy.
yeah. So we're
Man's over here.
So
What are we
Real
happening?
shit.
Yes.
So if a man's in a relationship, right, and tells her, oh, like he's healthy, and he's like, oh, like, honey, like I want you to be healthy with me, like a little bit more. It's more of a bigger issue. It becomes big. Why is she talking? You know what? I can't. You know what? It's International Women's Day, right? International Women's Day, right?
One day,
You know what? I'm allowing it.
But on a big man thing, you've been allowing it. Say something. Say something.
My main point was that women are more judgmental than
I'm
men.
wicked.
You want to see what?
Alexa.
No, wait. Time out.
Alexa.
I have one for you guys.
So what if I did? What's up?
Alexa.
Time out. Honestly, I don't think that's right. I think we're both judgmental, but girls speak their mind. And
Don't?
Half the time
No.
Because we will never know. We will never know our thoughts.
Alexa, let him speak.
But guys also like forgive and forget. Like they allow it more often.
Okay.
Cause we're more forgiving.
Yes.
Wait, time out.
Absolutely.
No, time out. Wait.
Why are you looking at me like that? It's
We're
true.
more forgiving because we know, like, overall, we know girls get affected by that shit. So we know what we can do. So we try to forget it and we try to just allow it.
It depends on what type of guy you are. Like if you're more understanding to what they've been through,
You're just
what
gonna be
they've
a
gone
pushover.
through their whole lives pretty much, then yeah, you can kind of be like, okay, like this is a sensitive topic, you know what I mean? Like I can understand why she feels so strongly about this, or like why it's hurting her so much, it's affecting her so much, and you can understand that, whereas a lot of men can't. And those are the men that
Not
we
even
have
cat.
to deal with
They just don't care.
for the
sometimes.
most part.
True.
So, like, when we talk about men like that, it's mostly referring to those type of men. We never say, like, all men are bad, whatever, because that is not.
No. Let him go next. Let him go next. Let him go next.
Part 2 to this.
Let him go next.
We're gonna have like
No.
you, and then we're gonna finish this part off.
What I don't
with
get
2 more
is-
points, and then
So you guys understand that we do that? Why do you guys start shit? No, wait. Time out. Let me give an example.
Yo, you see that though? You see that though? Why do women start though?
I need you.
Yo. Let me give an example.
I'm sorry.
No, that was
I was acting up. I was actually.
Sit in your seat.
I'm
Let
sorry.
me fix this lane.
Let me apologize to the camera. I'm very. She was absolutely right. No, I was apologizing. My fault.
Sit down. I'm sit. Go sit.
That was extra as hell.
I doing too much. My fault.
Nah.
Way
Like,
too much.
But for the ones who doesn't start shit.
Let him finish.
for example,
Let him-
if you guys know that it's gonna start an argument, if we find someone super like pretty or whatever it is, and you're in a relationship, and you guys ask us about it, do you want us to lie, or do you want us to tell us the truth? And if you know the truth, you guys already know the truth. You guys are acting like you guys don't know the truth. Why are you asking that question?
Here's my other perspective. if you know we're asking, likely for validation, likely because maybe in a while you hadn't said anything, and then this is the first thing that we're hearing about you, quote unquote, in your example, that oh, you found so and so pretty, but I haven't heard you call me pretty in a while, and then I, quote unquote, maybe 2 weeks later ask a random question that you're saying like, oh, would you love me if I was still a worm? You know I'm asking. I hate that. So why? You know I'm asking. So the same question. That's what it is.
Would you love me if I was a worm? Would you love me if I was a worm?
We know the answer. We know the answer.
I would never love you if you were a worm. I can't fuck a worm.
But you too. I have his point, your point, or his point.
Let me know. Remember the Kevin Hart? Oh, would you let me if a shark bit off my leg and my arm and shit? No.
Hold on.
I'll throw the rest.
I'm about to end this entire first topic. Once she says her thing, but I'm gonna try and tie and point, and your point.
Personally,
About loving a worm?
I was just giving a good example. Please listen. See, you're saying nothing. You are the worm. Relax.
Crazy. If I didn't have to be, you know, I'll show you a worm. I'll show you.
Why are you? Where do those slippers come from?
Yeah, she's freaking it out. She's freaking it out.
That's a stop.
I'm scared. I'm scared by
Every Sunday. Every Sunday.
See, I did not know, right? You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
You're freaky.
Okay.
Relax. In my opinion, how you said it. I personally give like whoever, like my girls, whoever it is, I always them constantly like validation, because that's just how I see them.
Facts.
So whenever how I see them, I'm always gonna tell them.
Talk about it.
So why do you guys have to talk about someone else? I don't get why you guys have to bring it up when you guys know what I think.
So yeah,
Cause you're like we fall into this like this normal routine every day. Like, okay, cool, your girl could be doing something that she normally does for you. Consistency.
So it's like
But yet,
if
she doesn't
something
hear it
starts up,
often
there might be
anymore.
something else that might be different. And if it's just maybe again in your example that you use, if it maybe just like you're not, because you're saying, oh, I regularly compliment your like your girl. So there might be something going on where you just maybe aren't doing it as much. And that's when she might, like, are you saying that there are times when you've, like, been doing it regularly and then she just starts shit randomly?
Yeah.
Hell. What even, like, probably, like, what? Maybe a year or 6 months in after blah, 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 your girl, you were living together. She gets this need to get into a normal routine. Cooking, cleaning, whatever. She's doing this little thing here, popping up, blah, blah, blah. Just the little things for you. Then you get so comfortable, so used to it, and then you don't even notice her changing something about her. And you don't even notice no more. And then we had to ask something because we don't hear it. Because like, yeah, we appreciate you, we show it to you, but we don't hear it anymore.
It's
and at the same
on
time,
both
you could have
sides,
something else going on. But like, you could have something else going on at work or type shit. You know what I'm saying? You're more stressed out now, so you probably don't even realize.
And then you don't even talk about
Again,
work.
wait.
Because you don't talk about
Here's my other thing. I was already going to that point.
My fault.
So
I'm the passenger.
as
you were trying to get there.
My fault.
I get you were trying to get there.
I'm on
but
your side. I'm in the
I know
passenger
you were apologetic for cutting me off, but you were still cutting me off. My
fault.
point
I should've
is,
did that.
from the original point of like, oh, men typically hold things onto longer and then just kind of quote unquote let it slide. Letting it slide has typically never been. Thank you.
What? Yo, assist. I said sorry.
Like, waiting on that. But like, letting it slide has never quote unquote
Stop
been
the violence.
either parties.
Communication.
Wait.
Why are you cutting off?
Let her finish.
Hit him too. Hit him too.
No. I was adding to you. I was agreeing with you.
I was agreeing too. He shot. I was agreeing.
Time out. Let her finish.
So
He cut you off too. Hold on. Nah, fuck this.
cut him off to cut you off, like, and cut him off. Like, please, relax.
No, we were just agreeing.
So
That's it.
it's neither good on either party, but as you were saying, it's one of those where like if you're letting it slide, it's not benefiting anyone. Like 9 out of 10 times, women would rather you speak up and say what's been stressing you out that has you acting different. That has you acting different.
But yet you guys don't talk
But
about
you
it.
choose not to say
why do you
it.
wanna know
And
so
here,
bad?
wait.
Violence.
Wait.
I got you.
What's got me acting
So,
different? Violence.
I get it. There's times when there's been situations where like you may have spoken up and you've gotten a reaction that you weren't happy
I'll show
with.
you love.
And you weren't happy with. But did you then speak up about like, oh, like
You nasty
I understand,
ass
like, no, maybe this
motherfucker.
is how you reacted with other people. But when it comes to
Ignore
me, this is something that I'm really passionate about. If you react like that, it's about boundaries. Women are, as she said, like women are more more willing because of the standards that we've had to place. Because again, I keep going back to the past because as like
We put up with a lot.
we put up with a
bullshit.
lot of shit. When it comes to nuclear families, there are women who had to like no job, no education, all this shit. And then suddenly, quote unquote, whoever they were married with was like, oh, like, I don't want to have a family anymore. I'm just going to run away, whatever. I'm going to have another family, all these things. And they still had no other choice but to stay because they had no other, like, education, finance, all these things. We're now at a different point where we're able to speak up more because we have our own thing going on. So when we do speak up, we're then met with like, oh my gosh, she's giving me trouble. She's giving me like I don't know why she's doing this, but it's like we may have never been able to even just like actually speak up about that. So even when you say like, oh, we brush it off, that's still minimizing. That's still minimizing the actual situation. So like it's one of those situations where I get what you're saying, like where it might seem like nothing, but it might seem like everything to her, and vice versa. So you also have a right, but men have also perpetuated the whole like be a man, where you can't speak up for yourself.
Exactly. So once we do speak up.
But understand, patriarchy was the originator of everything. So you then decided that for yourself.
It's
You
a big
haven't
thing for
because
women.
that's the thing. When other men are like, oh, like my girl's giving me hell, like, oh, man up, break it up. Other men will tell you the same fucking thing.
Exactly.
Women do too, but that's also like that's internalized misogyny. That's internalized of like, oh, like I also have to behave like this as a woman, and a man has to behave like this. That's not her fault. It's indoctrination based off patriarchy. But then also, men are like impacted by patriarchy themselves, but they're never willing to admit that. They're never willing to actually accept that.
I don't know about you guys. But I know about them because they're closer to me. How many times have you guys like broken it off with someone just because you have constant arguments? Only because one time where guys are actually speaking their mind.
Talk about it.
You better
You
speak.
broke it up
Talk
with
about
They're not gonna hit you.
No, he was asking you guys.
No. Personally, us guys, we're always trying to fight through it. But
real.
a lot of girls, just because we're speaking our mind on like a small topic,
Amen.
because normally they're not used to it. When we speak our mind, normally girls break off of it. Just because there are constant arguments. Constant arguments.
Your mind.
But what I will say though at the same time, they are arguing, but it's because like there is a disconnect, even though whether we recognize it or not, there is one. And if we don't do enough of the work to kind of find it, then we'll kind of be like,
Because
oh,
we're
all
both
she does is argue.
we're both talking about it, like, you know, we're
No, but I keep it buck. It's not that in every
that might be the
situation,
cause of the
but it
arguments
is
in
that
general.
though. Because there were I'm saying from like a standpoint of like there were times where I had exes and shit, we had a conversation,
and that's about
and then
respect
it
for
was like,
both
okay,
people.
I
Because
see
again, I'm
where
not
I
saying
was
that like
missing out on my end.
at the end of the day, I still think
You know what I'm
relationships in
saying?
this generation are not the best in general because you've got like quote unquote talking stages and dating. Like it's a lot of confusion, and then even once you're in the relationship, there's always still a lot of confusion of like, oh, like is it gonna get to the marriage point? Because there really are some people out here. They're like, oh, like I'm dating for the experience, and there's some people who aren't dating to have a specific end goal. But not a lot of us are, even for both parties, are willing to have that conversation of what do you want, what do I want? Because it's all about aesthetics. That's the other piece of it. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like, yeah.
Right.
Like, it has to be like equal basis.
It's equal, no. So I'm not disagreeing at all.
No, for sure.
But like also when that one part of the effort isn't there, like do you really want to be in there and just waste your time?
On both parties.
And then even
I actually encourage more men to leave when they're actually fed up, not because
that will create
I'm just comfortable,
problems.
like just leave. Like I actually encourage more men
I don't
to
know.
leave.
No, we have to.
I don't know about other guys, but for me personally, when I talk to girls, like I'm looking for the future. I'll always fight for them.
Thank you! Turn it up! Because I actually have two.
But not all men are like that.
No, for sure. Not all men are like
I
that.
can name 2 names right now.
Okay, Rayshawn.
And they both have an air.
Okay, Rayshawn, you know me. Rayshawn, no, you know me for a long time. You know I've always been a lover boy. Don't.
You have been. Listen. Quick caveat. a lover boy, but you've been on fuckboy movies. You've been a lover boy, but you've been on fuckboy movies. So Keyshawn, if you don't want me,
That's
if you don't want me beating your kid, louder, yeah? Okay. Because if I beat right now, Keyshawn, if I beat right now, it's long for you.
I agree with you. You agree to disagree. It just sucks how like
That's our
people
difference.
can't see equal.
Even to end off
What do you say about that?
like
Wait.
No, hold it down. Run it back. I want to hear that again.
Time out.
Alexa, come on.
Run it back.
Let them run it back.
Run it back.
Bro, they're killing me over here. Come on.
let them let it out.
Get it out.
Speak your mind.
Run it back.
Oh my
So
god.
this is to end
That
off
was
like
more-
the
that was
original
nice. I
topic
like
about disrespect of
Right.
either black women or even just women in general as a blanket term. It's not to say about agreeing to disagree. It's more about understanding the impacts of how patriarchy has affected men, but also patriarchy has affected women. And as that transitions into women having a little bit more of a voice, like as it transitions into women having a little bit of a voice, it also means that there's going to be friction on both sides where
Fair.
men are also, as I said, going to see the impacts of the original system that they set up, where women are also, as I mentioned, they are asking, but some women are also not receptive of that change. And that's why when there are men who are willing to speak up, like some women are like, what the fuck, sassy, da-da-da-da, when realistically there are women who are like, you know what, I would like
We are not sassy.
Michelle.
I didn't say that. I said stop women respond to men speaking up for themselves as being sassy. That's literally all the girls say. So I'm not.
I don't like that shit though. I don't like that shit. I'm sick and tired of that shit.
Right. Hold on. Pause. Lexi, peace now. Michelle, please.
I'll mess it down. Relax.
No. No. Big man thing. And they had a beautiful moment.
No, of course.
It's not even about that. That was just the point.
Michelle, please. The moment you two had, just have that again, because we didn't hear it.
Yeah. Run it back.
That was a beautiful answer. The way you guys.
Michelle. We agree to disagree that both people need
I'm
to work
saying
on both
we don't
sides.
have to disagree we don't have to agree to disagree because it's not about that. Because I don't disagree with your point in general.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
No. Me too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's because of the overall system and as
how we've been treated,
It's
both
deceptive.
sides. How we should know better, and we're gonna try to work on it just overall as everyone.
And to Randy's point, I'm not saying men are sassy. I'm saying
let them-
women are receiving you speaking up for your voice
Hold on.
as sassy, but that's not what it is. That's just you.
It's different.
Okay. Quick pause.
Nod your head.
No, I see that now. But when you said men are not sassy, these people had a look. What's going on?
That's none of my business.
Fair.
I don't know what it is. I never even
I always claim I'm sassy for some reason.
When I tell you,
sassafras.
When I tell you, me and Randy, by these two, every fucking day, get called sassy just for the things we talk about.
Started the sassy man apocalypse.
I know what I'm saying.
Whoa! They said you started it.
I'm a victim of sassy
Victims of what?
sassy man apocalypse.
Sassy man apocalypse.
When they're talking about
When man stands up and says sassy.
What's a sassy?
Attitude that you have.
Like, I can't
Listen, please. Like,
Yo, I can't tell
I've been doing that.
Nah, stand on business. Stand on business.
First of all,
Let her be.
First of all,
That's right.
let's get that clear.
Let me get the camera angle. Go ahead.
Do it properly.
Go ahead.
Do it properly.
Go ahead.
First of all, the thing is like, yo,
Right.
listen, when it comes to me and them,
Right.
yo, I can't act the way I act usually with y'all niggas.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Right.
The question is, how's he acting with his niggas? How's he acting with his
We have
niggas?
blood clots.
Randy, how you acting with your niggas? That's the real question.
I lie, because are you acting different with your girl?
How you acting
how
with
you
your niggas?
You want us to be two-faced.
Yo,
You want us to be different.
We
You want us to be
don't.
two-faced.
We're asking.
Real shit though.
See, we were asking them for examples of what you guys are quote unquote doing that's fruity.
We're asking your example.
We're not talking about fruity. We're talking about sassy.
Sorry, sassy. My forgiveness. Sassy.
Yeah. So how we
You see how crazy that is?
I don't know where the fruity part came from. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that, but
What did you say?
I don't know what he's dealt with personally. I'm not fruity. I don't know.
I meant sassy.
Hold on, where's the fruity
Yo,
pebbles?
I don't know what
You see how wicked they are? You see how wicked?
see how man wicked. Listen there, man wicked.
You
Yeah.
don't need to know what I've done with. Anyways, sassy.
No sir. So hold on. So you were dealing with man who gone them way there too.
Oh, I have a story for you.
Well, why for me? Hold on.
No, I have a story for
I was about to say, because I'm not into those stories. Man says steam fish. The boy says steam fish to pussy clock, yo dog. You know about steam fish.
Sit down.
Mr. Toon.
Alright, everybody reset.
Randy. Mr. Toon?
Who?
Mr. Toon? Hold on.
I said Mr. Toon.
Oh, Mr. Toon, what, Toonchi? Well, Lil Wayne. Don't disrespect Lil Wayne. Don't do that.
Yo, that man looks like a cockroach.
So what are y'all
Leave him alone.
Lil Wayne, listen.
boys?
Lil Wayne will change your life.
Hey, listen. Listen. I just have one thing to say.
Yo, that's one.
I just have one thing to say. Yo, who has a bigger Ickles?
Ickles or Oman?
Woman! Alright, we're done. Keyshawn, we're done here. Next topic.
Patriarchy.
Next topic. How much y'all got now? Like about 500 something?
That's
what I'm saying. On your Ickles.
Now, if a woman's working in certain fields, ick. If a woman's doing certain things, ick.
That is not a hit.
No. She's contributing.
Let me say something.
I said this to a woman, she agreed. So that's the end of the story.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Another one.
What are we talking about?
Hold on. Can I say this one thing?
Can
I say one thing? Why
Listen.
so much men have so much opinion about a female's body, but yet you don't understand.
Okay, but women have a whole opinion about men's bodies.
Facts.
Digging up the hood, they're not saying nothing. I'm an old daddy, this, that, the third. When I'm paying all the bills, you don't care about a man's weight. When a man's buying you what you want, you don't care about a man's weight.
Assuming you can even hear me, you see how they keep saying, oh, about so and so, this girl said about my body. What? That's all they say. What woman has told them? Oh, you need to make some more money. Like, that's your only concern by the gym?
Now you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, tag team thing. All see when a man's digging out a woman, she's not caring about how tall the man is, how fat the man is. All she cares about is what do the job.
Hey, don't listen to them.
Order. Second topic.
Order.
Second topic.
I'm gonna check the camera. I'm big my time checking the camera.
Yo, second topic. Let's go.
Alright, run it back. Everyone set up.
Wild.
Next topic.
So we got to cut a lot of shit.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning into part 1 of 2 for this week's episode. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the episode. And stay tuned for part 2 next week. All right, take care. Bye.
Why are you so ready for your dad?
If you're so
Why are you so ready to be decimated?
because since I've been born, the world is decimated.
loud.
Y'all
overthink. Yeah, you guys
I'm
overthink.
blunt as hell. I'm about to say whatever.
You guys overthink.
First of all,
Hold on.
Us? We'll think about it.
Order.
Big Mac on topic.
Back on
Big Mac
topic.
in front. You said order, right? Then we got a Big Mac in front.